Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a tier 10 game in my Grozovoy, Tears of the Desert, and Epicenter. Saw a forum post earlier with guys curious about how to play Epicenter, so we're going to discuss some of that today to try to help those guys out. Looking at the enemy team, we have... Come on. We have 2 Baltimores rounding out the radar threat, 2 Gearings, a Chungmu, and a Sashio rounding out the destroyer threats. I spawn on basically the north flank, and each of these DDs, in my opinion, has kind of assigned roles. This DD, unless it's a Kaba or something like that with no detection, really needs to do something to contest a cap here. The DDs out on the flank, their primary job, in my opinion, is to beat the enemy DDs on the flank, so your team gets the vision advantage. So what I'm doing, I'm pushing up here and getting some spots. Just picked up an Azumo. This guy's spotted from the moon. No idea what his build is, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't revolve around anything concealment related. Now, I'm starting to get worried because what happened here, my Shima didn't contest cap. He can actually contest the cap safely from back in here. He instead is opting to try to play the flank, and now what's happening, the enemy's flipping the cap. Another thing real quick, just smoke has started to appear right in front of me right now. I don't see anybody shooting out of it, and I get detected by a Gearing right at my max range. The Gearing shoots, there's no reason for me to shoot. I get lit on fire, I just go on ahead and repair. I slow down to throw off his aim, and I just keep calling target. Let my team farm this guy. Most likely my team, they're not gonna shoot the guy though. They're too, well, somebody did. But a lot of teams are too busy trying to farm the battleships in those scenarios. I got torps incoming. Basically, I keep checking this smoke to see if anybody's shooting out of it. I think there's somebody shooting behind it, and that's the shells that I'm behind the island. Yeah, the Baltimore back there is what I'm seeing. And I actually get an angle on this Baltimore. I launch some predictive torps on this Azumo. Maybe, generally just trying to get a, harassment torps in here right now. And then I bump into the Gearing. Now, couple things. His smoke is active right here. He has no smoke. As soon as he shot, I can smoke up and just farm this guy. And this guy, I don't know if he thought I was a potato by not shooting before. But, he just gets hammered. I mean, Grozovoy just eats up Gearings. It's honestly kind of disgusting. But at this point, I chunked him pretty good, and right now I'm thinking there's gonna be torps incoming on this smoke. As much as I'd like to use this smoke, I can't stay here. I'm gonna get torped. So, just trying to get whatever shots I can out. No real damage, but you never know. You might get a fire or something like that. So, I start pushing up. This Gearing, I've got a major HP advantage. This Gearing's elected to instead torp a battleship that, because he's pushing like that, probably has hydroactive. I think his torps would have been a much better play on my smoke, because at the time I was actively shooting out of it. Telling my Kerfers to get back. This guy's really starting to overextend. That's 3 battleships he's trying to push into, and you know, I don't care how badass your turtleback is, you're gonna get wrecked with that kind of firepower. Now this gearing, you know, he just had his torps dodged by the Kerfurst. Smokes up right in front of the Kerfurst. The Kerfurst, you know, if he wanted to suicide, he could kill this guy. Instead, it's a smoked up DD with no torps that makes my Kerfurst turn out. I don't know. But at this point, I've torped the gearings smoke. I'm kind of taking that awkward angle to try to spot those torps. And I'm just going to let my torps do the work. I see where the guy's shooting, and bam. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to steal his smoke. One thing to note, if there's no planes or anything like that, you don't need to be in the smoke screen to take advantage of it. You can actually use it as like a curtain and just shoot through it. So at this point, I've got the broadside of this Richelieu, and you know, just gonna keep shooting this guy up. We're gonna see an interesting engagement here between me and the Chung Mu here shortly. Somebody's gonna pick this guy up, and he's gonna smoke up in front of me. And I'll talk to you a little bit about shooting in smoke. But, I mean, at this point, getting back to the epicenter, we've eliminated the DD on the north flank. Our Shimas pushed the south flank. We're starting to hem these guys in. They're starting to lose the center. Now right here, the Chung Mu popped up. He smokes up, and I am basically, all I'm doing is I'm looking to see where this guy's shooting, and you know, just shooting there. That guy's he's no threat to me because he's got deep water torps. So at this point, I'm just gonna keep working on this Richie for the moment. Want this Chung Mu to kind of be a little comfortable that, oh, I'm not getting shot in the shot at, and then try to let my torps do the work. I see that they're gonna miss because the gap that I laid in there. So switching to HE and just putting them back in there. That's 4 pens right there. You know, just keep chunking this guy down. This is all free damage for me. If you had missed, the gearing smoke had expired, so I just went on ahead and refreshed mine. I've got stuff to shoot at right now, and right here I'm taking a look, trying to see what this guy's doing, and I realize he's not shooting. His smoke's probably run out, or about to. I need to get out of the smoke and detect this guy before he gets away. So I push out of the smoke. There he is, and you can see how you know how much damage he took in that smoke. He took a lot of hits. So we're Russian DD. We're just gonna keep kiting. He smokes up, and he's basically running out of his smoke, and it's either radar or this Shima right here picking him up, and the Shima picks up the kill. I'm just gonna switch right to the Yamato. It's kind of a close game at this point, but as far as ship numbers. And AP is not working, this Yamato. He's slowing down. It's making it hard to get the shells to hit where I need to. He's starting to angle, so I'm gonna just switch to HE. And again, that Chungmu's smoked up, and I'm just using this curtain just to stealth fire right behind. I'm probably gonna get picked up because I want to keep this Azumo in range. But playing these maps, really getting the pressure, it's about enveloping the enemy. The enemy comes in, takes up positions, and just beating them on a flank and just turning that flank and just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And, you know, honestly, it's not a huge deal if they flip the center cap. I just don't like to give the enemy anything. So whenever I'm the DD here in the middle, I always go to the center cap and I always fight it out there. And I mean, you can still do a lot of damage there. You know, you take a quick peek right back here. You got good torp angles here, good torp alley here. Same thing for here. There's a lot of different avenues where you can still rack up a ton of damage in there. So it's not just by me playing the flank that, oh, I'm damage farming. You can do a ton of damage on the inside, because you're gonna have a lot of ships that are doing like, you know, my ships are here, where they're hugging into these islands. At this point, the game's starting to wind down. It's pretty much done. So, last enemy ship left was the Asashio. I expect he's somewhere in here, but just on the offhand chance that this guy's, you know, playing coward and he wants to run back, I'm gonna deny this area of the map to him. So that's why I'm not running right to his last known location. There's no need. I've got 3 other ships all pushing his last known location. Might as well make sure the back door is closed on any potential moves that the guy can make. So he pops up. Basically, he's gonna get shot up, and he's gonna die shortly. The game damage-wise isn't nothing special. This is it's just a good game, showing where I can talk about how to play Epicenter and how to handle this. Hope you guys found it useful, and I will talk to you later.